Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the second part of the video on a full documentary on RDS Motorsport. And in the first video, what I actually recorded was the coilovers from this particular Mazda 6, my car. They were taken out for servicing, for inspection and revolving, reshimming. And what's currently happening is that Aidan is putting the shocks back onto the car after removing the original absorbers. Yes, I took the car out for a little while to get my errands done, and those are the old shocks. The front is already done. They're currently working on the rear, and what's gonna happen after this is that they're gonna be putting the car on weighing scales. You call it corner weight balancing, just to ensure that there is proper weight distribution between the left, right, front, rear of the car. They don't want the car to be too much heavy to the left, too much heavy to the right. Driver weight taken into consideration and whatnot. And of course that includes how much fuel I have in the tank, and of course there is a subwoofer in the trunk of the car. The battery has also been relocated to the back for better weight distribution. Apart from that, they will also perform what you call this string alignment. The toe in, toe out, camber, caster of the car, it's all going to be measured and recalibrated, not by digital machines, not by laser machines like what you see in the tire shops, but a conventional way, which is widely used in motorsports. It can also be performed in a pit on tracks, on track days, to compensate to any kind of road condition. So I'm gonna be stopping this video for now, and probably head for my lunch and whatnot. Hopefully they'll be done when I come back. The car will be on scales, so be right back guys. Hi guys, welcome back. So what's happening right now, put the camera up. Okay, cars on the jack, camera down, and what we have is 4 different flat patches around the car, as we're gonna be putting the car on weighing scales. These are actually weighing scales for cars. Okay, what you see right there is actually red color. Whatever that's red color there is actually laser to, oops, sorry about that. So it's actually laser to actually even up, to make sure all 4 flat patches are on level ground, because as you know, in Malaysia 99% of our flooring is never 100% straight. So in terms of a couple of millimeters difference between each and every scale will likely produce a different result and deviation in terms of weight among all 4 scales, and we don't want that to happen when we're actually doing precision jobs. So the car is going to be coming down from the jack shortly. As you can see Aidan right there, he's setting up the machine, so that will actually give us a little bit of data on how much the car actually weighs entirely, and how much weight is in front, behind, and of course distribution. So be right back. So car coming down and it's flat on the scale. Also, I forgot to mention that Aidan actually did check the tire pressure, as that will also contribute to a few millimeters in terms of height. Apart from that, the vehicle's height will also be adjusted. Okay guys, so car is on the scale, and this is the, oops, sorry for the wire, this is the, what the hell you call this?
This would be basically the weight distribution between all the corners.
Yeah.
So this is your front, left front, that side. right front, rears, left and right. The percentage that you're getting here is the cross weight balance, or also known as the dynamic balance, which is responsible for the characteristic that you feel when turning between left and right corners. If there's any unevenness with the speed in which the car settles down, or the general, like, yeah, how it feels when you're turning.
Okay.
So that would be this weight right here. So this is 51%. So we'll try to get that as close to 50% if possible, depending on the limitation of the dampers and whatnot.
Okay, and the entire weight of the car is 1625.
Yeah.
Fuck me dead, man. It's as heavy as almost as heavy as a GTR.
Yeah. Actually, a GTR might be lighter to a certain extent, about 1.5-ish.
So, in your opinion, what other cars would actually have similar weight?
Not many cars actually. Most cars that we worked with, like even the Alphas and all, surprisingly, they are about 1.4 tons also.
Okay.
This is about quite heavy.
So we are gonna be playing with heavyweight. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you very much. Let's just see what can be adjusted.
Yep. Right.
So Aidan just now mentioned that he wants to achieve a proper cross weight in terms of having as close to as 50% as possible. Me as a driver, being in the front right seat, what he has decided to do is to actually locate the subwoofer of the vehicle towards the left side of the trunk. That also includes my toolbox, super cap, and also the current location of the battery. So hopefully with me in the car, we will be able to achieve a 50-50 balance. Okay, so Aidan is currently taking down data in terms of weight, and Haziq is moving around the car to actually get his appropriate ride height, just so he could actually see where he can actually compensate and adjust in terms of height to achieve the best weight balance.
115. Rear.
So if you guys actually want to see how sensitive the weighing scales are, as soon as I put my hand on the front right of the car, you can actually see changes in numbers. See? Where's the front right? 478, 476, put your hand, 480. So that is the importance of precision in terms of setting up the machine, and of course calculation. So at the moment, Aidan is still thinking on what is adjustable to be able to get a proper balance of a 50-50 weight distribution.
Hey guys, Aidan here. Elton's away because he's going to be sitting in the car so that we can take his measurement and see how the car reacts with him inside it. So basically we'll be trying to tune the car for him with him inside. That's the goal.
Oh, then you're gonna know how heavy I am lah.
Yeah, that too, bro.
Okay, I'm going in the car.
Yep. Close the door, yeah, once you're in. Alright, settle down. Alright. Measure the heights. So this is one of the cases where it actually gets better with the driver. So that does somewhat make our job a little bit easier.
Okay guys, this is Elton again. After calculation has been done, and after putting me in a car, yeah, so now Aidan knows how heavy I actually am. he has came to a conclusion that he needs to increase the preload on the front left of the vehicle to achieve his 50-50 weight distribution. So let's just let Haziq jack the car up and get the preload adjustments done. Our next video we are going to be looking at the data again, and let's see if it's achievable or not. Okay, so the front left has been adjusted, and let's just look at the data again. Distribution is now at 51.1%. Initially was 51.92%, so we are inching closer to what we actually want to achieve. So Aidan has instructed Haziq to measure all four sides of the vehicle again and see what can be done further to achieve that even weight distribution.
120.
Precision at its finest.
95. Ooh,
Sorry?
no, the real life show kacau one after this.
Oh, okay.
Just commenting to myself. Nah. Hey, trim height still the same. 290. On 1.5.
Do you need me to sit in the car again?
No, last final still work with it. Once we get it to within the 50.6 ish, then we'll probably ask you to sit in, and that should be done already. After this one more adjustment, I would think so.
Okay. So what needs to be done now?
I would most likely toggle the front left again.
Front left again.
Yep, one more time, because as judging from the data, when you see with you in the car, here's at 500, here's at 458. Still a bit of a large difference. If say we were in example in a race car or something, right, this difference would be very bad. It would pull the car towards one side even under braking. Normally, if say you're very specific about corner weighting, like per specific corner on per axle. If say we're talking about race cars, 5 kilo difference between each side, or even sometimes 2 kilos difference, could throw off the levelness of the braking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll mess around with the front left again, yeah?
Yeah, just a bit more.
Okay. Okay, and we are back after a second round of adjustments. It says 50.61%, down 0.3%, right?
Yeah, about that. 51 before this, now it's at 50.61.
Yeah, 51 previously is 50.61 now. So further calculations to be done.
You can probably see in the car already now.
Okay.
Yep. Final measurement. Legs.
Just tilt the camera like this.
Leg tolong.
Macam okay.
Alright. might need you to measure the height sekejap lagi. But tak apa. Right. That's close, that's close. 4, 6, 8. $50.41%. All right, thank you.
So what's next?
After this, we'll move on to alignment.
Alright.
Yep, this is, I mean, we can't anymore, that side's pretty much done. We would, if we could, we would like to adjust a bit more, but yeah, we can't anymore. It would just, any other corner we adjust would just...
Okay, done deal.
Yep, great.
Okay, final step, string alignment. As per what I mentioned earlier, this is widely used by motorsport enthusiasts in the motorsport community. Oh, I got a cat disturbing the tripod again. So the only thing we are gonna be doing is the toe in and toe out adjustments. There is nothing much I can do about my camber, and there is nothing that can be done about my caster as well. I already have caster bushes that allows me to track the car in a straight line perfectly, and camber adjustment is probably height dependent because I have a multi-link double wishbone suspension. So if I am to enable camber adjustability, I will probably need camber arms at the back, and of course upper adjustable arms in front. So I will take a hyperlapse video on them setting up the car, putting up the poles and the strings and everything in a little while. And this cat here is it's just bothering me. Meow, meow. Silly cat. Okay, so as per what you can see, there are two poles, one in front and one behind the car. Both the poles will be connected to each other with a string on each side of the car. So this creates a square box around the car, and you have to take note that all four jacks has to be of the same height, the same precision, and there are markings on the pole as well to locate how far out the string has to be, and all this has to be the same on all four sides of the car. So having said this being done, once this is done, we will be able to actually capture the toe of the car, which is what we are going to be adjusting currently. I don't think I will be videoing them going under the car to make the necessary toe adjustments, as it's going to be very time consuming. So you can see Aidan taking some measurements. What measurement is this, caster or what? Toe? Okay, so sorry. So they're still getting the calibration right on having a complete square across the entire car. The measurement of toe will come a little bit later. They are going to do this on all four sides of the car. Okay, so Aidan has just switched off all fans in the shop to avoid the string from moving left, right, or whichever motion direction. And
everything now will be squaring up the side.
sorry?
119.5. Squaring up the side.
Okay.
Squaring up the front and back.
Okay. Okay, so the squaring between the front and rear has already been done, and they are currently going to be squaring side to side. No measurement of toe has been taken yet. So as you can see, when Aidan touches this side of the pole, readings on the Hazik's side actually changes. 113, 113.5, 104. Okay. And then moving on to the rear. Okay, so as they are working on the front, they had the front already. And then this is going to show you that communication is very important in terms of both sides and both technicians having the same measurement. Once you achieve that, the car will be entirely square. You have a perfectly square box around the car. Left side 103. Aidan will calibrate and compensate. Just a bit more.
You go back to the front, you're going to change it. You keep doing until it stops.
Yeah, then they said they're going to have to go back to the front to make sure nothing changes, because for every time you touch each side, the other three sides changes. Fuck me dead, man.
I guess, I don't know.
Okay, so we are going to be measuring the toe on each and every wheel now. I'm going to be documenting measurements of only one wheel, because yeah, I'm running out of space on the memory card, and I'm also low on battery. The rear wheel, right?
Rear or front?
Rear? Yeah.
Alright, yes.
Can barely see the string. Okay. Yep, you can see the string.
Okay, so this clocks in at 61.5.
61.5 at the rear. Front.
Front is actually 60.5.
60.5.
Yeah, so means this is a shorter distance, this is closer to this string, and this is further in.
So you see a toe out.
Yeah, by the looks of it, yeah.
Okay, so usually what Aidan will be doing is to actually adjust the toe to my liking from the bottom of the car. You normally jack the car up, right?
No, actually we on the ground.
Yeah, they'll be crawling under the car to get the proper toe adjustments done. And for my case, I would like the rear toe to be at 0 and probably half a degree out in front. Okay, so I might as well show you guys on the front being measured. The right side earlier, it was actually showing a toe out, and there was a difference of how many mm difference just now the front?
1.5.
How many mm?
1.5.
How many degrees does it translate to?
Less than a degree, probably 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay, so a 1.5 mm difference will translate into 2 minutes of a degree, which is still less than a degree of toe. There are certain calculations to be followed in cases like this. We're going to be moving to camber measurement next, which will involve a vertical laser beam. We'll move on to that shortly. Okay, so currently, like what I said earlier, laser measurement for the camber. They're still in the midst of adjusting, zeroing out everything. How do you define that it's zeroed out?
For us, basically we choose a starting point, the datum.
Yep, get a starting point.
Yep, starting point, you can even choose to get, I mean, so you really want to maintain equality between all wheels, you could probably just start from here, choose the number.
So they start they start off from the center hub of the wheel for camber adjustment.
If not, you can start at the bottom as well, but you have to make sure it's the true
Either
center.
from the bottom or the top, but make sure it's a true center.
Then choose the starting point. I chose 10 cm or 100 mm.
100 mm. Okay.
Sorry, yeah, 1000
1000 mm, sorry, 10 cm.
Okay,
10 cm, 100 mm.
oh yeah, sorry bro.
Yeah, it's getting late. We all want to go home.
So start at 10.
Okay, we start at 10.
And follow up all through the center line. Because you just got to somehow find a way to make sure it's center.
Okay.
Then check the reading at the top.
And you have to check the reading at top after that.
Make sure this is so straight.
Making sure the ruler is entirely straight. Any difference in measurement?
Yeah, here I am reading 12 cm.
So there's 120 mm, 120 millimeters.
So from there, we put it into calculation. And
Okay.
we get your resulting tone. I mean camber.
How many degrees for that 20 mm difference?
20 mm difference or 2 cm difference. I probably have to calculate it because it changes based on the rim size as well.
Yeah, you have to take rim size into consideration while calculating out your camber. But again, I don't have the ability to adjust my camber, and we're just showing you guys on how to get it properly measured. Most importantly is to understand the process of it.
So for example, this is an 18-inch rim. So 18 inches times by, convert it to inches, into mm. So that will be 25.4.
Yeah.
So that gives you 457.2. Okay, we do the tangent inverse. The difference measured, so 10 minus 12,
What
2.
the fuck, rocket science?
Yep, 2 divided by that 457.2.
Tangent.
Gives you a camber of 0.25. So now whether it's negative or positive is just on where you saw the line where it touches.
So that translated to 0.25 degree.
Yeah, 0.25 degrees. This one comes out in degrees straight.
There's a 15 minutes.
About that, I guess.
Okay, so I don't have a lot of camber.
And then, yeah, so basically to determine whether positive or negative is, remember your datum is 10, right?
Yep.
So if it goes towards this side, I mean, it means it goes more in, right? So you're probably reading more towards somewhere this side.
Yeah.
That will mean it's more negative.
So I have a negative camber. If
If on this side, let's say for example, it happens like say now I started off at 10, I'm going to 9. This would mean that it's a positive camber.
okay,
Yeah, so basically you just get the difference and then note where the direction of it is from where you started. And
okay,
then calculate it, and that's your camber.
understand.
The value you acquire is your camber, positive or negative, is depending on where you read it from the line.
Okay. So the same thing is to be done on all four sides of the car to actually get your camber figures, and basically that's all about it. Anyways, Aidan will be doing the necessary adjustments shortly, and once again I did mention that I won't be taking any video as I'm really running out of space. However, there will be a test drive later tonight. Okay, so RDS has closed for the night, and I just got my car back. Very first review, as Aidan tested the car just now, and he actually mentioned that it's much better than what he expected it to be, taking into consideration the weight of the car, the spring rates on the car and whatnot. Yeah, just a reminder that the car is about 1.6 ton, and according to his data, a 328 and F30 is about 1530 or something. So these are heavyweights, and this time round is going to be a review on how the car actually feels over various conditions of roads. Well, wow, first impression is kind of soft, nice and plush. Oh, I don't have to go through this road like gungang anymore. Shit, man. Let's see, if you can actually pay close attention to the headlights, you can see a little bit more oscillation, as in the absorbers are properly absorbing as what they're supposed to do, absorbing road shocks and uneven road conditions. It's really comfortable. It's really comfortable. That's all I can say. Well, most people say that you have to sacrifice comfort for performance, and Aidan might have actually achieved he might have struck the perfect balance between both. Okay, the rear doesn't squat, that's a good thing. Even on braking, there's not much nose dive. The roads ahead are horrible. Look at the cars bouncing. Yes, I'm bouncing, but I don't feel it. Holy shit, man. Let's just take the road down to NKVE. I don't hear much noises anymore. The car is running perfectly straight after its alignment done. There was a slight toe out adjusted to the front. Normally on this road I'll be bouncing everywhere already, but fuck me dead, man, this is good. I'm happy. It's very evident that how do I put it? Okay, you saw the number of shims that were in the absorber before Aidan touched the thing, and there were actually less shims compared to how many shims are there right now, and it's supposed to feel much harder in theory, but what I'm feeling is that yes, it's firm, but it's very progressive. The keyword is progressive compression and of course rebound, and this is what I was actually looking for. This is what I wanted. This is what I have always dreamed for in a custom set of absorbers. I mean, for my car, for most mainstream cars on the road, you can always purchase a set of aftermarket absorbers, but the reason why I wanted a custom set was because I choose what I want, and it's just unfortunate that I didn't get what I want from the previous fabricators. This is pretty fucking comfortable, man. I don't mind the harsh language, but shit, fuck me dead, this is good. See, no noise, no nothing. Things will be vibrating, things will be falling off when I go through this kind of roads. Let me just drink some water. It's been a long day with RDS. Also to note that he did the corner weights as best as he could, as close to as 50% as possible. There was nothing much else could be done, as he was supposed to raise up the rear springs, the rear height of the car, but he couldn't do so due to hardware limitations. So the rear is as high as it can possibly be already, but it's not as high as it's supposed to be due to sagging springs. If I actually have the budget, it would be nice to try a set of Swift springs or a set from Hyperco. Hyperco gives a lifetime warranty on their springs in terms of losing their spring rate or what you call this, or against any sagging. So I'm currently on the old Sungai Buloh road heading towards the Subang airport. The roads are going to be pretty wavy. Let's just see how it performs. There'll be a long sweeping corner heading down to the NKVE as well. Okay, this right here, very very bumpy, but fuck no, I don't feel it. So like I said, in theory, the amount of shim stacks Aidan put into the absorbers, it was supposed to be stiff as hell. And earlier on I mentioned about the car having 12k springs in front for a double wishbone. It feels fine now. It doesn't feel like a 12k anymore. Previously the car had uncontrollable damping, no rebound. It was bouncing right off the springs, and the car was just bouncing everywhere. There's no control. And currently this is perfect. It's more than what I ever imagined it could be. Even Aidan said just now, I believe I told you, that the results were above his expectations. So he also mentioned that he services absorbers, but he usually doesn't touch the valves and shims of a vehicle unless otherwise requested. And I believe that you guys with your aftermarket absorbers should give him a chance, should give him a shot. Let him service your absorbers, let him revalve everything A to Z, recalculate everything, and the results are there. It's result driven. Traffic's a little bit heavy at the moment. I'm driving like I'm on stock absorbers. It compresses better than my old Konis, my old stock absorbers. It's stiffer, but it doesn't feel like how my previous custom set was. That was horrible, that was horrendous, that was bone shattering. And this is nice. If you have a girlfriend or a wife or a pregnant wife or a family with 10-20 kids, you can put them all in a car and they won't feel that this is too stiff. This is good. Yellow lines, no sound, no nothing. Okay, a little bit hard braking. So sudden movements, the car is still as responsive as it can be. I'm looking forward to trying the wavy roads that's after the roundabout. let's just pick up a little bit of speed. It's not floaty. It feels planted. Hell lot of difference. I'm not a guy that would actually be able to feel any kind of advantage or disadvantage or differences overnight, but this is obvious. This is very obvious. Right signal, left signal. I'm very amazed by RDS Motorsports. So once again, just a quick reminder, I believe I made a mistake in the first part of in the first video, the introduction, where I mentioned look for RDS. Please note that is their old Facebook page. Kindly look for RDS Motorsport. Okay. And as we are talking, usually when I drive through this particular stretch of road, the car will be bouncing everywhere. But no, absorbers are doing its work like how it's supposed to. Again, look at the headlights, look at the front car. I'll just go a bit closer. See? You can hear a bit of noise due to the road conditions, but you don't see the car flapping up and down like, you know, a flappy bird. I kind of wish I could try this on a much higher speed, because Aidan told me at 120 you feel fine, and I told him my average speed is way higher, and he said it's gonna be fine, it should feel better, like the car is made for high speed. Okay, I'll be going down to the NKVE shortly. Nah, don't cut. There's so many stones on the road. The high speed damping is working very well. Not much of the red lines are felt. You know, Malaysia, usually these red cautious lines are actually much more harmful than yellow ones. Okay, I'll be heading down the highway. Left curve. There's not much roll. It's pretty much like the previous absorbers where you don't get a lot of roll on the body. Well, in theory, it's the same spring rates. Floor it. A bit harder. Okay, I'm at a 160 now. Hard braking. Yeah, nice. Aidan is a man to go to for your absorbers. Pretty. So currently on the NKVE with moderate traffic, current speed 110. I don't feel like I'm on a set of coilovers. There's an idiot behind with his high beams flicked on. See, all the oscillations on the road has been ironed out. Left curve and right curve at 160. There's no fuel. Flash. Let me pass. Flash. So I'm flooring it again. I'm flooring the car again. $180. I should be bouncing off the highway already, but no. Nice. Everything is absorbed. And also previously I mentioned that the full hard on the absorber setting previously was actually not hard enough, and this is currently halfway through. I wonder what happens if I turn it to full hard. Would it be much harder or not? Okay, I'm exiting to Setia Alam. Left signal. Cut left. These ones are a little bit thicker. This is an accident-prone corner. there should be a slight drop on the left. Let's just go down there. Oh, yep. Crazy. So right curve is holding very well. Left corner. When you load the absorber slowly, it takes its own sweet time to compress, which is a good thing. You get good low speed compression. Let's take a left here, left signal. That BMW, no wonder accidents happen lah. Change lanes, no signal, no nothing, no warning. So overall, it's very satisfying. There's just so much comfort in the absorbers right now, and it still gives out the performance it's supposed to. If you think that you'll be wasting your money with Aidan, with RDS, no, I don't think so. It will be your money well spent. Anyways, I think I'm gonna be ending this video in the next 5 minutes when I reach the Chinese restaurant for dinner. There isn't anything much more to say about these absorbers until I bring it for a high-speed run. Well, at least now I understand the importance of pairing the right kind of damping and rebound to the right kind of spring rate. The previous fabricator told me 12K is just nice, but I didn't see it performing as it's supposed to. So when Aidan stacked up the shims, it's supposed to be much harder, but no, it's actually showing good progression in terms of how it's compressing and absorbing whatever uneven roads ahead. See, those two drops just now, if I were to go through them with my previous absorbers, I would have probably start cursing. But it's actually bearable now. let's just pick up the pace a little bit. The roads in Setia Alam, they are pretty much S, ASS, and it seems that my life has just got a little bit better with a more progressive set of absorbers. Even on this left corner, I usually find a car bouncing everywhere, but this seems to be fine. Just take this left bend. I'll be taking the next right. So going through this kind of roads, yeah, these are very small roads, and there is supposed to be a lot of unevenness on the road. It seems to be fine now. This car has to stop braking. Let's just take this right bend a little bit fast. Not bad. Okay guys, I'm at my destination now for dinner. I'll be ending this long ass review, 30-minute this video. If you have any questions, do hit me up in the comment section below, or you may contact Aidan of RDS directly. In time to come, there will be a secondary video on a high-speed run with me having giving my comments again. Alright, so once again guys, if you like my video, do hit the subscribe button on the top left. Thank you very much. Have a good night.